And sorry, I don't know if you saw that or your husband told you, but I'm just recording today so that I can submit it for my final instruction certification kind of deal.
Great.
So like a lot of these folks actually I know from agility, and I also have taught agility for several years. But I wanted to tell you guys kind of why I got into nose work, which is that I have a little dog who loves agility. And then we got a 3-month-old Australian Shepherd from the Humane Society, and I thought, well, that breed, naturally, she'll do agility. And we started in class, and it was not really for her. She was a little over-aroused, it was a little too much. She hurt herself just running around amok. I took her in, and it turned out that she had probably not the best hips, probably not the best breeding. So it just seemed like a good time. I thought maybe we'll revisit agility, but I'd like to do something else with her. And I found nose work, and I was hooked, absolutely hooked. I think you guys will get addicted to it. It's a little bit addicting, it's a whole lot of fun, and it's fun for like any dog, really. It's very open to all types of dogs. Older dogs, younger dogs. There are dogs that are visually impaired or hearing impaired that do it. Some dogs that have bigger feelings about dogs. Agility is maybe not the best situation for them, but nose work is great. And so the program that I follow is the NACSW, it's the National Association of Canine Scent Work. It was started, I think it was early 2000s, by a group of folks who were very involved in detection, like drugs, explosives, things like that. And they kind of got thinking, well, this could be a fun sport. And so they're not only an organization that teaches other instructors how to do it, but they also hold trials. And then there's plenty of other organizations too that hold trials, like AKC has started doing it, there's UKC, there's CPE. But the kind of cool thing about this is you can choose not to compete. It's still really fun. You could stay on primary, which like is food, and have a whole lot of fun and hide that stuff all over. So want to talk to you guys about kind of like the goals. A lot of people are kind of excited to get on the sexy stuff, the odors, because what we're going to eventually do once our dogs are really driving and they get the game and they are finding the food in different containers, like today we're going to start with boxes, but we'll have bowls and plastic bowls, maybe metal bowls. We'll do all sorts of kind of different things and substrates to make sure that they absolutely understand this search is on. When most people think of this kind of sport, a lot of people are thinking maybe of the drug and detection dogs that were already born and have the genetics to do all of that detection, right? Like they are just primed. They're the dogs that will look for their ball for 20 minutes. Not all of our dogs. I don't know, does anybody have a dog that will look for a ball for 20 minutes? Yeah, so that's the kind of dogs they pull out of shelters for like canine conservation and drug detection. They want that like just brain is always going, where is the thing, super toy driven. Because most of us don't have those types of dogs, and I don't personally want to live with that type of dog all the time, we have to build that drive, right? So that's why we're using primary, which is food, because they get that reinforcement just immediately. Then we're going to pair it with the sexy stuff, the odor, which is birch, anise, or clove, or cypress if you're doing AKC. So we take those primary food and we pair it with this novel odor, and then pretty soon we unpair it, right? And then we reinforce for them finding that odor. That's over the course of many, many weeks, because first we want to start with just, do you know what the game is? Can you find the food? Can you find it if it's in a box? Can you find it if it's outside? Can you find it if it's, on the concrete? Can you find it if it's in the gravel? Because I want to find out before we introduce odor, if your dog goes, don't like sticking my head in that box, or don't like crawling underneath something, don't like it if something is squeezy, don't like something is over or tight. I want to know that before we pair it with odor, because much like agility, we talk about we do the foundation skills before we go on the equipment. So if something's going to go wrong, we'd rather know when the stakes are a little bit lower. Anybody can enjoy this. Talked about the goals. Don't want to pair with any bad experiences. Us agility folks sometimes a bit of a disadvantage because we're used to using markers like yes or good. And I don't want to lie, it was hard for me because when we are shaping behaviors, I don't know if you're familiar with doing this, but when we're shaping a behavior, we're marking, say, the exact moment that the dog does the behavior we would like, and then we pair it with reinforcement, which could be treats or toy. So if you can envision, we think about when we do agility or teaching a behavior, even like sit or down, that exact moment we mark. The struggle with introducing any sort of marker word in this is, when would you guys mark? What moment would you mark? And if you mark, what does your dog do? If you say yes or you hit a clicker, what's your dog do?
Wants food.
And they look at you, right? And we don't want that. We want them independently searching for the odor, despite the substrate and the things they have to crawl over, and the food and the muffin that's over there, and the Kong that the judge put down over here to try to distract your dog in level 2, and just go find the odor. So we want to kind of take the handler focus out, which I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of hard for me to get. It's hard for our dogs too that have been like, if I do the thing, do I get the thing? And you're like, yeah, you gotta do the thing on your own. So go find it on your own. So we use what's kind of like a self-reward program. Everybody's gonna start on leash today, just to see how everybody does, so that I can kind of control the environment. A lot of searches will be done off leash once they're comfortable. That's kind of your guys' choice. We'll have just some like general housekeeping. I would make sure your dogs have gone potty. Don't want a potty in here. Say there is a potty, don't know or what, like just escort them outside, right? We're not gonna make a huge deal of it, but if you were in a competition and they went potty, that search would be over. And there has been dogs in here, obviously. The nice gal that's letting us use this property, she lives up here, it's a sniff spot, and she's boarded some dogs in here as well. But we've had quite a few dogs in here, we haven't really had any issues. On leash, does anybody's dogs have really big feelings about other dogs besides Ziggy? Okay. Probably gonna have Ziggy go first in the run order. We'll change the run order every week. I'll get like a little whiteboard or something, but we'll have him go first today. Try to limit them seeing each other. Potty breaks, that might be a little bit challenging. The real kind of foundation too of NACSW, because if you guys do end up doing trials, or because this was founded on dogs doing that kind of detection work, they have a real kind of search, rest, do the work, search, rest, and they're typically resting in the car. And if you do decide to trial, it's an all freaking day endeavor. It's a long day. So you kind of want to get them in the habit of like, we do the thing and then we go rest and we do the thing. And that can create some latent learning too, where they learn afterwards, which I think is beneficial. We'll try to kind of keep quiet when the dogs are running because they're not going to be quite ready for that distraction yet. Later on, we'll add things like, I accidentally dropped a piece of paper, make sure that they can still search and things like that, but they won't be ready for that today. Big things today I want you guys to watch for, and when you're watching other dogs, is looking for a change of behavior. And that could be they took a inhale in before they found the odor or the source. Could be their tail stops wagging. Could be their head tilts. Could be their head snaps. Could be something with their whiskers, the way they're breathing, the quickness of their respiration. Any of that, guys, want you to just kind of like be watching the other dogs to see if you can tell, because sometimes you can even see it when they come in the door. They come around the door and they're like, oh, things. And then they'll start to isolate where that thing is. So the more you can know your own dog's change of behavior, you'll know, are they sniffing saltines on the floor, or are they in odor, like birch anise or clove? And that becomes really helpful when you get into a trial situation as well, just knowing. We don't, in NACSW, they don't teach what's called like a TFR or trained final response. You've seen the sexy thing where like the drug dog finds the drugs and then they sit, and they're like, it's right here. You guys have all seen that, probably movies and stuff. The kind of hazard with a trained final response is it's a behavior, and that means your dog could just be like, I'm done, I'm sitting, can I have a cookie? And you're like, but could you go find, but I'm done. I get a cookie when I sit. So I don't teach a trained final response. I just am looking at my dog to see when I think they are in odor. It's our responsibility to support them in the search and identify when they say where it is. So if you were in a competition, you would say alert, and the judge would say yes, hopefully, or they say no, and you're done. Oftentimes, two judges will show you where the odor is, so you can go and reward, but we'll need that later. So any questions? I think that's everything I had to cover. Any questions about any of that? That was a lot.
So when are we gonna bring our dogs in here?
Yeah.
And do you have a start line where you hold your dog and then you release them to
Yeah.
search? Okay.
Yeah, and so you can start thinking about things you want to name it. Like mine is Find It. I don't usually name a thing until a dog is offering to do the thing, but for some dogs it's beneficial for them to go, oh yeah, okay, like I could see Emily being like, tell me what to do. What is the game on? Just be sure if you guys have like I have a treat scatter, I have a cue that means I'm gonna throw treats. Mine is search. I cannot use that because that would be indicative of I'm gonna throw food. So this needs to be a totally different word than like anything about you throwing food.
Mine is also search.
Yours is search.
Yeah, so I use Find It for this.
Yeah, so I
because-
Find It for this. Your treat scatter, like if you're gonna throw food,
I don't usually, but I probably would say Find It.
Find It. Okay, so you might want something else. Mia says Nabbit, which is really cute. Some people say Google it. You guys can use whatever you want, just as long as it doesn't sound like something you're currently using for something that means I'm gonna toss food on the ground.
Okay.
Because we're gonna.
I can use Find It.
Find It. Yeah, that's what I use too. So yeah, we're gonna run dogs one at a time. Ideally, they're not gonna see each other, especially this first day, so that it'll happen as we progress, but so they don't have any big feelings and they just come in and go, oh yeah, we're doing this job. So I think we'll just go online. We'll start with Ziggy, and then we'll do Acorn, and then we'll do Emily, and then we can do Mocha. That sounds good. I'd encourage you guys to hang and watch the other dogs in between, and then once. So I really thought we could go out the back door, but that's a death trap, so we're not doing that. It's just like a step to nowhere. So what we'll do
Come
is,
in over here.
yeah, we can like, well, if you notice that you are out here waiting by any chance, let's go ahead and wait like over here where there's space. So then Ziggy could come in, and if someone is, like staging, or you're kind of on deck, if you do find yourself out there and the dog is still in here, you could be over here. You can also just wait till the other dog today gets in the car, and then bring your dog, because we're not gonna push them too hard today. So do you want to grab Ziggy?
Yeah.
Where do you want the treat? Just like,
Oh, can I have those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay,
So
I have to
you
take
want
Acorn out, but I'll
us
wait till
to
you
leave
get
our
it.
dog
Okay.
in the car until this dog exits
Is that
and
enough?
goes back
I got
in the
more.
car?
I'll take a little bit more.
More?
Good.
Good.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think for today we're gonna try to limit that. We'll help kind of with the time.
So as observers, where do we stand?
What's that?
Where do you want us as observers?
Right over here with this.
Okay.
If you guys want to grab a stool or something, and we'll have the dog searching in here.
Your dog is Mocha?
And Mocha's a little Doxy Cross.
Yep.
Oh, awesome.
Brown, I assume.
Right.
Tan. Have you done any other classes with Mocha?
No, this is my
Cool.
first.
What made you guys think it knows work?
It's a longer story, but I had a lab that retired as a duck hunter, and
Oh, gotcha.
I started her, and we just did it in tissue boxes in my living room.
Mm-hmm.
She just needed something to make her happy
Yep.
when she couldn't go hunting anymore.
Yeah.
So this is a new dog, and
Yeah. Oh, perfect. Love it.